Star Wars recently made two actresses cry, and I feel like it's not the actress some people are hoping for.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
So this is a little bit of Star Wars news. There's nothing too spoilery in this video, so don't worry. First, I want to talk about the exclusive Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con cover for Thrawn Treason, which was recently revealed to us. Del Rey's Star Wars book Twitter was kind enough to tweet it, and my god, is it glorious. Thrawn Treason comes out July 23rd, and here's a publisher's summary, just in case you're not familiar with the Thrawn series or the two books that come before this one. If I were to serve the Empire, you would command my allegiance. Such was the promise of Grand Admiral Thrawn made to Emperor Palpatine at their first meeting. Since then, Thrawn has been one of the Empire's most effective instruments, pursuing its enemies to the very edges of the known galaxy. But as keen a weapon as Thrawn has become, the Emperor dreams of something far more destructive. Now, as Thrawn's TIE Defender program is halted in favor of Director Krennic's secret Death Star project, even the greatest intellect can hardly compete with the power to annihilate entire planets. As Thrawn works to secure his place in the Imperial hierarchy, his former protege, Eli Vantu, returns with a dire warning about Thrawn's homeworld. Thrawn's mastery of strategy must guide him through an impossible choice: duty to the Chiss Ascendancy, or fealty to the Empire he has sworn to serve, even if the right choice means committing treason. If you want to catch up with the series before July 23rd when the third book comes out, it's a really good and easy read. It's just enjoyable, and if you're more of a visual person, they did a comic adaptation of the first book, so maybe check that out first, and then if you like that, which you probably will, jump into the books. Next, we got more information on the Age of Resistance comics coming out in September, and just in case you're not up to date on what they've been doing, they've been taking each trilogy time period and releasing one-shots for them, featuring both heroes and villains. So for the prequels, we're getting Age of Republic. For the OT, we have Age of Rebellion, and then for the sequel trilogy, we have Age of Resistance. So here are the titles we're getting for the Age of Resistance every week in September. Age of Resistance Rose Tico, number 1. Age of Resistance Supreme Leader Snoke, number 1. Age of Resistance Rey, number 1. And Age of Resistance Kylo Ren, number 1. So I want to go over the details of each one just briefly because it is a bit interesting. So first, Age of Resistance Rose Tico, number 1, comes out September 4th and says, "Sisters, friends, co-pilots, growing up Rose and Paige were everything to each other until the First Order tore their world apart. See the bond between Rose and Paige before it was forever broken." If you remember Paige, she was pretty badass, but she died in the beginning of The Last Jedi. If you want to read more about her and Rose, you can also check out Cobalt Squadron. There's some other stuff out there too, but I recommend that book. Even though we know how she dies, I'm still interested in learning more about her. She is a really cool character, and of course, the necklace that they both had is featured on the cover. Next, Age of Resistance Supreme Leader Snoke number 1 comes out September 11th and covers Supreme Leader Snoke's brutal training of Kylo Ren begins. Will the sadistic Snoke break his tormented protege, or has he underestimated the son of Han and Leia? How can you not be all for seeing Snoke fuck up Kylo Ren? Even though it's only going to be 20-ish pages and you can't do a lot with that, we're gonna see some really messed up things that he did to Kylo, and I'm really excited. I want to see Snoke's training methods, which are just going to be so warped and fucking awful. Next, we have Age of Resistance Rey number 1, which comes out September 18th. Its summary reads, "After Han Solo's fall, Rey's search for Luke Skywalker. But before Luke, there was Leia. Witness never before seen moments between Rey and General Organa. What will Rey, Chewbacca, and R2-D2 encounter on the way to find Leia's missing brother?" Honestly, I still feel like they're trying to explain why Leia hugged Rey instead of Chewbacca, so I'm okay with this one. I think this is the one shot I'm least excited about. Lastly, Age of Resistance Kylo Ren number 1 comes out September 25th and states, "Anakin Skywalker casts a long shadow. Can Kylo Ren ever escape his infamous grandfather's reputation? Or will he succeed where Vader failed?" Succeed where Vader failed? Finally getting rid of Palpatine once and for all? Hey, check out that theory video. Do it. And I know I get accused of this quite often, and I don't know why, that I'm anti-feminist or sexist towards women. I mean, pretty sure I'm a woman. I mean, that's what the biological tests say. But I'm more excited about Snoke and Kylo just because I want to learn more about that. Rose, she's fine. I'm a bit more interested about Paige and Rey. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm just okay. People accuse me of hating Rey. I don't hate her. I'm just okay with her. Give me some Poe, Finn, Kylo. I'm set. So next, let's talk about how Kerry Russell and Gina Carano both cried over Star Wars, even though they're working on very different projects. Kerry Russell, who plays a bounty hunter known as Zori Bliss, talked about how when she got the script for The Rise of Skywalker, she was overwhelmed. She said, "When I read his script that he wrote, I cried. I mean, who knows what it will turn out to be, and I hope it remains true to what he originally wanted." Kerry also said that JJ is the right man to finish up the Skywalker saga and close out the sequel trilogy because he cares. I mean, a lot of people care about Star Wars, so she said, "He's not trying to change it to be something else. He really respects what it is." Which I know you could take as a jab against Rian Johnson and that Rian really tried to change Star Wars and what it was to kind of revamp it and subvert our expectations. Don't have a stroke that I said that. I know. It kills me inside to say that too, but I just think she's trying to praise JJ. Oh, also, she was happy that she got to wear a helmet, so we can't see her face, but she could see everything else, which I think is a bit disappointing because she's a beautiful woman and her facial expressions are really, really good. Next, let's talk about Gina, who plays a rebel shock trooper in the Mandalorian live-action TV series coming out later this year on Disney+. And at one point, she faces off against the Mandalorian, and some things she said, including that Jon Favreau is a amazing man and gave her a unique and incredible experience. So she said, "He looked at me before my big scene, one of my biggest introductory scenes in Mandalorian, and he was like, 'We're going to change your trajectory right now.' I think he's a very honest man, and he's seen the struggle, and he's seen what happens to careers, and he's like, 'We're going to change your path right now.' He's like, 'From here on out, you're going to choose jobs that are complementing you, and you're going to choose jobs that challenge you, and you're going to believe in yourself from this scene forward.'" Damn. Now, John's gonna make me cry. She also shared that he did in fact make her cry, saying, "I was welling up with tears, and I went out and I crushed that scene, and it was like a scene when I read the script I was like, oh gosh, this is more than I've ever been given. How am I going to do this?" And then with him, I really trained for it, and I really was present. He believed in me, and it helped me believe in myself. I couldn't thank him enough, because I feel like my whole life since I shot that has been a different world. So we can add that to about the million nice things people have said about John. I've seriously heard nothing except how wonderful he is and how he's a creative genius. And yeah, he just seems like a really awesome person. And I'm really happy that she has had her life changed so much by The Mandalorian and because of him. It gets even more beautiful because she shared her experience at Star Wars Celebration and how she got to see the positive aspects of the Star Wars fan base, saying, "Literally, as soon as we walked out on stage, it was a rush of this positive energy, which I was not expecting. And I feel like, Twitter is one of the worst places to go, but I refuse to let people chase me away. And I refuse to be one of those negative voices. Because a lot of us have been reserved, and now we're like, no, come on, we're human beings, We're just trying to do the best we can. So that was just positive energy. I loved it." I'm happy she experienced the more positive, beautiful side of the Star Wars fan base, which is honestly the majority of us. It's just the minority that get super just fucking hateful, but the majority of us are really happy. And I feel like she got suckered into this narrative that Star Wars fans hate strong female characters, so she was like, oh shit, they're gonna hate my character Cara Dune because she's a strong female character. And it's like, no, we love tons of female characters that are strong. It's just, we want characters that are well developed. And if you're well developed, fuck yeah, we're right along with you. Lastly, Pablo Hidalgo, resident angry Star Wars man, shared something that's now going to bug me forever. So he pointed out that in The Empire Strikes Back, New York is visible on the bottom of Luke's lightsaber. Cool. That's gonna bug the shit out of me for the rest of my life whenever I watch that movie. So that's some Star Wars news. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.